friends, today I want to talk to you about where you want to be a year from now. And I think it's really important to reflect on that. And when you're thinking about where you want your business to be a year from now, I want you to think about the kind of community that you're in, because that community is critical to actually reaching your goals. Now, when you're thinking about building your business, I know for me, I knew immediately that I wanted to build a real business. I knew I wanted to have the kind of community that was moving and growing and actively trying to go full-time and or create a solid part-time presence while I was teaching. And I remember when I first started my business, I'm going to put a picture of my first Instagram live, but I joined this community. I was actually my coach at the time. She actually coaches yoga teachers, but she hopes yoga studio managers run their business. Jackie Murphy, love her to pieces. And when I started working with her, I was thinking about building the kind of community, I knew I wanted to build a real business. I knew that eventually for me, and I want you to think about a year from now, and I also want you to think about like 5 years from now. And I knew for me, 5 years from now, I wanted to have a little one. I wanted to be full-time in my business. I wanted that business to be actually making real money, not just something that was a passion project, not something that was a jobby, but I wanted something that was actually making money so that I could contribute to my family while also being home with my kids. I knew that back in 2020 when I started my business. And I knew in order to get there, I needed to surround myself with other people who also wanted to grow their businesses, that also wanted to take their businesses really seriously. And so Jackie, at the time when I first opened my business in August of 2020, I joined her community, and there was this group of people, and she is a very action-oriented coach. Like, we are very, very similar people. And for me, she was like, I want you to start right away, and I want you to do 30 posts in 30 days. And I was like, on it, got it. And then she had a challenge, and she had a group of her clients. And even though I wasn't a yoga teacher, it was not something that I wanted to do. She was like, okay, I'm going to do a challenge where I want you guys to go live with each other, and I want you to get visible. I want you to get speaking on other people's pages. And I was so intimidated by that. I had never gone live before. I had never spoken about anything related to coaching ever before, but I was so glad to put myself in a community of people that were pushing and moving and growing and fighting for something else, always having new ideas, always thinking for like, how is the next way we're going to grow? Not taking time to process all the emotions that were coming up with all the visibility, but then moving. It was like processing and moving. And that is the kind of container that I've designed. And I really wanted to create this for solopreneurs because I know that there can be a lot of lack of guidance about like what to do. There's so many things that you can do. And I wanted to make it so simple. When you're thinking, here are the 3 kinds of posts I want you to do every single week. Here's the exact people I want you reaching out to every single week. It varies per person, but I wanted to have it be very specific and very action oriented so that you know exactly what to do every single day. You can see the needle moving. You can see the consults coming in. You're not wondering where your next client is coming from. And I think that is a critical piece of you hitting your 2026 goals and thinking about where we want to be by 2030, 2031. I want you knowing that you set up a strong foundation this year. This year you might be thinking, okay, I've been in business for years. I've had my business for a while. And the way that 5-Figure Foundation works is it gets you a really solid setup for where your business is at and where it's going. The same things that I teach in 5-Figure Foundation are the things that still helped me hit 6 figures. I just did a few nuances, which I now teach in the 6-Figure Scaling Mastermind. But for you all, when you're thinking about setting yourself up for success, successful businesses, they have a strong offer. They are constantly creating content. They are creating relationships, and they have a community of people that they always are bringing in new people, and they also are nurturing people to actually convert to consults and potentially clients. They have a solid sales process where they know what they do to get people to close, and they can evaluate it and make it more efficient and optimized for the future. And that's exactly what we do in 5-Figure Foundation. But the cool part is, I just got off the 5-Figure Foundation call. We actually had a 2-hour call this week because there were so many new members, and I was like, you know what? We're going to keep it long this week. And you guys can see I did a podcast episode of me coaching live in the Facebook group, and you can see we move fast. We go through things quickly and efficiently. We talk through, hey, here's where you're at. Here's where you need to go. Here's a shift you can make, move. And that is the kind of, if that is what you're looking for, that is what you will find in 5-Figure Foundation. And the cool part is, people are at all different stages of business. Today, we had somebody who is launching a group program. We have other people who are relaunching after years of being dormant, or not dormant, but like they hadn't posted for years in their business and are ready to start fresh again. We have people who are just starting their businesses and have had no coaching experience whatsoever, or service providing experience for that matter, because one of the people who just signed a consult and signed a client, their first paid full client, they actually they are not a life coach. They provide another type of service. And if that is you, if you're like, either I know that I'm at a phase of my business where I need to bring in more consults and I want to scale and grow. I'm at a phase where I maybe haven't had as much time in my business as I want, and I want to start fresh and strong right now before the year gets away from me. Or if you're the kind of person that's like, I am just starting out and I don't want to throw spaghetti at the wall, I want to start strong, this is the perfect community for you. And the cool thing is, everyone, even if you're hearing coaching for somebody that is at a completely different level for you, you can still make it applicable for your business. You can still use the time that you're in the call to get what you need and move forward. And that's why I created this community. That's why I created this container. I would love to have you guys in there. It is truly like, it is an awesome coaching community for you to be a part of. If you are like me and you want to move, you want to get results, you want your business to be a real business. You don't just want it to be something that you get, that you're like, I'm thinking about it, and you want it to actually make money. You want it to be something that is contributing to you, your future, and your family's future. This is the perfect container for you. So just a heads up. There are 3 things I want to remind you. If you haven't heard anything about 5-Figure Foundation, just a real quick overview of what the program is, and then the bonuses that are happening this week. 5-Figure Foundation is my 12-month coaching program where we do 1 hour with live calls every week. You get a discussion stream where you can post questions at any time and get feedback weekly. And there are educational modules and worksheets to go through very quickly. It's less than 6 hours of content for the entire course. And you can just get 4 worksheets done really quickly and move. And that's my goal, is like, you learn and do, apply it to the actual market that you're in, and actually create movement within your business. So that's what we do in 5-Figure Foundation. There's coaching, which gives you the application piece of things. There is the support, where you get the support in live coaching calls weekly, and you also get support within the discussion stream. And there is the application piece, where you actually learn the things that make successful business owners work. This is what we do in 5-Figure Foundation. It's a community of people who move. We do not stay in stuck energy. We don't stay there. Every single week, you will be getting things to move your business forward. And that's why I designed this program. Now, if you're thinking about joining now, there are some bonuses that I want to make you aware about. First and foremost, if you sign up now, we are doing a Q1 visibility accelerator. That means that you're going to get 4 different ideas and strategies to double your reach before April. If you don't have enough followers, if you are not getting enough eyes on your content, if your Instagram views have been stuck at the same point for a little bit, we need to change that. You need to get in front of more people, and that's what we're doing in the challenge right now. So if you join, you are going to be able to join in the challenge. You're going to get these 4 plays. There's an intro video where I talk about what all 4 of them are. Then each week, you're going to get a new video with a new strategy and a new worksheet that goes along with it. This week, you're going to see a ton of people in 5-figure foundation, and there's also going to be people that you see in 6-figure scaling, because I'm doing it as a cross-program challenge. And within that challenge, we're going to see all my people, a lot of them, going live with each other. You're going to see them getting visible. They're going to be getting out there and talking to more people. So that's what's going to be going on. And then if you also sign up by Sunday, you're going to get a money back mini course so that you make your money back within the first 30 days that you're in the program. I give you 3 different approaches that you can use, and you'll do one week 1, 1 week 2, 1 week 3, separate from the visibility challenge. And those 3 things are things that you can use throughout the entire 12 months that you're in the program. And there'll be ways that you grow. So with that, and then the last bonus, how could I forget? If you pay in full, it's $1,500 if you pay in full, or you can break it up into $167 installments instead of investments. And if you decide to invest and pay in full, not only do you save $500, but you also get a 5-figure system startup pack that gives you 10 DMs that convert and content repurposing SOP. So we look at your top performing content and repurpose it to something new and better. Then you also get a client tracker that you can actually figure out how long it takes for somebody to go from I'm thinking about it to actual interested buyer. Now, the other thing is, if you join now, obviously I'm with baby. My daughter is due in June. And with that being said, I am not going to be coaching from June, July, and August. So instead of me just saying, oh, you're going to have 3 months that you won't have support, I am actually extending your enrollment. So if you join now in March, you will get access to 5-figure foundation until June of 2027. You are going to get access to the course curriculum, the modules. You're going to get access to the discussion stream and the calls with me for 12 months. And then you're going to get 3 months of bonus guest coaching for the months that I'm taking my maternity leave over the summer. There has truly never been a better time to join. And I am not going to offer these bonuses until December of 2026. So literally the next time I'm opening up 5-figure foundation, it's open all the time, but the next time that I'm actually going to give these bonuses is in December. So you want to make sure that you're in here joining us live. It is an awesome community. Again, if you're thinking about accomplishing your goals this year and 5 years from now, this is the container you want to be in. Make sure you sign up. Message me if you have any questions. I'm going to be going live on Thursday to answer those questions if you have them. And I can't wait to see you in 5-figure foundation so soon. I'm going to end this live. Woo.